Students, welcome to Accountancy class. I am NARSIMULU, Commerce teacher. In this video, I am going to explain you CEC first year Accountancy topic, journalizing accounting transactions. Students, you all know there are three types of accounts and their own principles. So they are, one is personal account, another real account, third one nominal account, and their principles are real account, so personal account principle, receiver account debit, giver account credit. Real account principle, what comes in debit, what goes on credit. And nominal account principle is that expenses, losses, costs should be debited and incomes, gains and profits should be credited. So these are the three accounts and their principles. Now, and you know that as per dual aspect concept, every business transaction will have two aspects. So we need to identify those two aspects which are in the business transaction. See, here you are given one transaction, that is on 4th January 2018, cash paid to Deva rupees 20,000. It is the business transaction. What it tells, you see, cash paid to Deva rupees 20,000. So it is the business transaction. In this business transaction, you can go to identify two aspects. First one here, that is cash, and second one, that is Deva. So here, how we identify those two aspects? Here in my mind, I asked a few questions. I answered them and I identified these two aspects. What are the questions that I asked myself in my mind? First one, that is there the name of a person in the transaction? We need to observe. We need to ask ourselves that question, and we identify. We have to observe the transaction and recognize the name of a person if there is the name of a person or institution or organization in the transaction. Yes, in this transaction there is the name of a person. So I made it underline and written as name. Okay. Next, I asked myself, is there any expenditure in the transaction? No, there is no expenditure. I ignored. And I asked myself one more question, is there any income in the transaction? No, there is no income. I omitted that. And third, again I asked one more question, that is there any asset? Yes, in this transaction there is asset. Okay students, like this we can go to ask ourselves some questions and answer them. If it is there, you can go to make it underline. If it is not there, just ignore and ask another question. After finding two aspects in the business transaction, now you can go to use the appropriate account that is suitable for these aspects. Okay. Name related to which account? Is personal account. So why? Because personal account, so here names of persons, names of institutions, names of banks, names of companies related to personal account. So it is the name of a person. Deva is the name of a person. So name of a person comes under personal account. So here we can go to write a personal account. Okay students. So what personal account definition tells us, or what the personal account principle says? So personal account principle says that receiver account debit and giver account credit. So that is the principle of personal account. See here, cash paid to Deva. We paid cash to Deva. Here we paid cash to Deva. So when we paid money or cash to Deva, is Deva receiver or the giver? Yes, Deva is the receiver. So as per personal account, receiver account should be debited. Deva is a receiver, so receiver account should be debited. So here Deva account debit. Okay, students. Come to next one, cash. Cash comes under real account. Okay, student. A real account principle. What real account principle says? What comes in debit, what goes out credit. So here, cash, when we paid cash to Deva, is cash coming into the business or going out of the business? Yes, cash going out of the business. When we paid cash to someone else, the cash going out of the business. So here, cash comes under real account, and real account principle says that what goes out, that should be credited. Goes out, cash should be credit. So we have identified two aspects and their accounts. Okay, after this process should go on in our mind. So after completion of this process, now we can go to write the journal entry in the journal. First date 2018 January 4. First you can go to write the debit account. Debit account is here Deva account. So write Deva account debit. Against this account you can go to write in the debit column amount of rupees 20,000. Next, credit account. If you have observed in this transaction, the credit account is cash account. Go to write here cash account. In the credit column, again is this account rupees 20,000. After writing that, you can go to write narration. What is the narration? Cash paid to Deva being cash paid to Deva. So in this step, you can go to write the journal entry in the journal, following the process, applying the principles of 3 accounts and to the given business transaction. So here the given business transaction is cash paid to Deva rupees 20,000. So in this transaction we need to identify 2 aspects. Okay, asking different questions in our mind. So identify whether it is a whether it is asset or a name or expenditure or income. So here cash is asset, Deva is the name of a person. So asset comes under real account. So real account principle says what comes in debit, what goes out credit. When we paid cash to Deva, cash going out of the business, so that should be credited. And come to Deva. Deva is the name of a person, comes under personal account. Personal account principle says receiver account debit, giver account credit. So here when we paid cash to Deva, Deva is the receiver. So receiver account should be debited. Deva account should be debited. This process should be taken place in our mind. Then we can go to write the entry after preparation of journal. So first you can go to write date. In the date column 2018 January 4th, and in the particulars column first you can go to write debit account, that is Deva account, and then you can go to write credit account, that is cash account, and in the debit column go to write 20,000 amount, and credit column 20,000 against cash account you can go to write. So after completion of this you can go to write finally the narration to this entry. What is the narration? Being cash paid to Deva. Like this we can go to write the journal entry to given accounting transaction. Students, I hope you understood how to write the journal entry for the given accounting transaction. Thank you for watching this video.